Because if I can reach one of you and help you get a job and build a career, then I think that I've succeeded. And I think that I know how to do it, because as a salesperson, which I am, and a recruiter, I have to get to know people like Nate. Nate and I did business together back when he was at A.G. Edwards. Didn't know me from Adam, introduced myself, worked my way into being a resource for him and for A.G. Edwards. Everybody sells. People look at yourself and they say, no, I'm not a salesperson, I'm a computer person. Wrong. You are a salesperson. And what are you selling? Your brand. If you can remember that point, stretch yourself to get out of your comfort zone. Critical. And again, you may have an interest in getting into computer science. Obviously, some of you have spent a lot of money doing this, right? Guerrilla warfare. Okay? Now, you all dressed, most of you dressed for success. Not going to pick on Mike, but it's not really about the tie and the suit, okay? It's about what you feel comfortable with and finding your motivation, okay? What's of interest to you all? I've been sitting here, I've been talking about jobs and so forth, and oh, by the way, remind me when I get to 10 minutes out, because we'll have questions. Because I could sit here and talk all day, as I've been doing this for a long, long time. But yeah, you're getting a computer degree of some sort, right? And you're thinking, okay, well, that's okay, and yeah, I guess it interests me, and yeah, I've spent money. But what is of interest, really? There isn't anything today that you can't build software and computers around. Mobile computers, iPads, everything has an app. Everything has computers related. So find the motivation. Find the motivation that, you know, I just don't want to really go into, you know, just doing VMware, okay, or C++ programming or whatever it may be. I want to do that with something that interests me. Perfect example, work at a retail shop. You see how things are doing, right? I have a daughter, works at Nordstrom's, just went to work there. She's not a computer, doesn't have a computer degree, has a visual arts degree. But she's already saying to me, man, this is antiquated. This computer system sucks. We could do it so much better if they did it this way. Now, big company, hard to change City Hall, but she has an interest in it. That's an interest. So there's got to be retailers out there who have the same problem. And if your goal is to be a retailer, to sell in retail, to work in a retailer, I can't think of any company in a retail setting you couldn't find something that's better. Some way to do it better, you know? Now, that becomes part of your brand. I'm going to keep coming back to this, you know, it's going to sound like a broken record. Trying to come up with brand ideas, okay, is as simple as just opening your mind and looking around, okay? A lot of you mentioned you're on Facebook. My first reaction is get the heck off Facebook. But that's wrong. Without looking at your Facebook profiles, I can't really say that. I have a daughter who's on Facebook. She has an okay Facebook page. My first reaction is get off Facebook. You know, don't want people posting when you're, you know, running around in your underwear drinking beer. Again, that was a joke. You're required to laugh. Thank you. There is a way to provide a professional, and professional is not, you know, professional. Okay? This is my image of professional. Okay? There are lots of images of professional. I deal with companies who are the Google of St. Louis. Okay? And they're fine with people wearing whatever they wear. Okay? You gotta be aware that every single employer that's gonna hire you is gonna look at you on Facebook. They're gonna look at you on Pinterest, they're gonna look at you anywhere you are. They're gonna Google you. Anybody Googled their own name here? No?
Yes, I have.
Well, you didn't raise your hand.
I know.
Okay. So, Google yourself. Sounds like a weird term, doesn't it? That's important because people can get information these days. There are even, and I'm a certified internet recruiter, there are Boolean searches that you can do now from Google, Bing, from sites that will search actually multiple search engines, that if you exist anywhere, people will find you. Okay? If you do a blog, people will find you. If you go to association meetings, people will find you. It's important, and you've heard all the stories, but it's imperative that if you really care about your brand, you want to make darn sure that the things that are out there are professional in nature. Good-hearted's fine, okay, but pictures with your buddies drinking beers is not an acceptable thing, period. Okay? If you think it is, you're going to keep it out there, then my opinion is you're never going to work, or very rarely going to work in the corporate world, unless you find one of those companies, and there are not a lot of them in this area, okay? You know, these things, and I'm talking about this area, Midwest, the most conservative area in the country. It's not the West Coast. You can go out there and do anything you want. East Coast, kind of the same way. They don't even know where Missouri is. They don't even know where Illinois is. They think we still ride horses here. So conservative, that's the key. So, branding. Facebook, if you're not on LinkedIn, you should be. Period. And I can't enforce that enough. You can go out and look at my profile on LinkedIn, and it's part of my branding. These are the things that I've done. And these are the things that you've done even as a child, okay? Now, don't go ridiculous, okay? But if you're trying to build your brand, and you believe one of your brands is finding